What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and I forgot to check the ratings last episode. So we had a 4.5-star main event. This is actually a really solid show. Overall, 4 stars. I can dig it, even if that's a bit generous on their part, because we have a bunch of 3.5s. So this should be a 3.5-star show. But hey, SmackDown always gets boosted ratings that don't make any sense. Chavo is the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, he won it back. He's got it back, ladies and gentlemen. Out of curiosity, before I jump too far, I want to check their contracts, because I know they're going to be running down... Oh, just Jim Neidhart. So yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about them picking anybody up, because they're not going to drop Jim Neidhart. He's like their #1 guy. He's the face of SmackDown, apparently. So I've already set up the 2 tournament matches for this episode. Then we've just kind of got some leftover people. Bigelow's got to be in some sort of handicap match. So what I think I'm going to do... they're just going to be starting their rivalry. So for right now, I'm going to throw them in a handicap matchup just because Nitro needs to get that win. He desperately needs that win. And I guess I'll throw Rob Van Dam in there. Wait, I put Van Dam in a rivalry with someone. Who? Wait, what did I do last episode? No, I put Kurt Angle and The Undertaker in a rivalry. That's what I did. That's what happened. So that handicap match should be fine. It's going to give Van Dam a victory back, which he deserves. He deserves a win. I'm going to put up 1 advertising promo, and then for a dirty, clean turn, I don't know if there's anybody that I want to turn at this exact moment. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of putting... no, I'll leave Van Dam in there. What should be the main event, though? What could we do for a main event? I guess we could have Kurt Angle and The Undertaker, give them a singles match. Or is that kind of... I don't know. The Undertaker and Batista are pretty badly beaten up. Okay, so I've decided to give the WWE Champion Batista the week off because he is hurting. He is really fatigued, so I don't want to injure him. And Triple H is just kind of an odd man out. So I guess I can actually do the inactive superstar. That's what I'm going to do for Batista, so that I can really lower that, lower his fatigue and also keep his popularity up. So of course we have the Rey Mysterio John Cena match. Main event, Rob Van Dam versus Kurt Angle. The Undertaker is going to be in Van Dam's corner. This will hopefully give Van Dam a win. And the Undertaker Angle, they can start their rivalry. Then we have this tag team matchup. I just kind of threw these guys together. Umaga needs to be on the show because he's been out of action for 2 weeks. Same goes for Hardcore Holly. And Austin Foley just kind of leftover pieces in the machine. Edge and Guerrero, they have their match. The handicap match, I decided to put Carlito there instead because I want to give him a win going into that tag title feud. I want to keep the Demon's Apple relevant. And then, of course, we get this match. The Rock versus Kane, and Shawn Michaels is going to be ringside for Kane, just to start sticking DX's nose in this business. Of course, this all comes down to how Triple H is going to, how he's going to fare in this tournament. I'm really hoping Triple H doesn't win, because I've kind of gotten tired of him being in the WWE title picture, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to confirm. And for match I'm going to showcase this episode, I'm thinking The Rock versus Kane. That's the match I want to play. So that's the match we're going to play. So the Rock and Sock Connection went into the Royal Rumble, and when Joey Mercury was having a spasm, they were able to sneak in. Mick Foley hit a double underhook DDT on Kane and scored the pin, which has started this rivalry because it was the Demon's Apple who were pinned in that matchup, not Eminem. And then, of course, Eminem have their falling out, which is slowly but surely progressing. And then we have The Rock and Sock, who just kind of came in and stole the tag team titles. So now the Demon's Apple, they want to take down Rock and Sock. Eminem have completely fallen apart. It's up to the Demon's Apple, but perhaps D-Generation X, the longtime veterans, Triple H, the longest reigning champion in this series, perhaps they want to stick their nose in this tag title picture and reclaim some gold. Adding DX to this feud is only going to make things more unpredictable. I mean, of course, now you have the Demon's Apple, who just seem like fish out of water, because you've got the Rock and Sock Connection, who are really just iconic legends in this business. And then you have D-Generation X, who arguably, I mean, when you want to talk about a legacy, a pedigree, no pun intended, D-Generation X, Rock and Sock Connection are both up there, both in terms of singles careers. I mean, DX, I'd say as a team, as a unit, maybe has more of a prestige than Rock and Sock. But really, Kane and Carlito, they pale in comparison to these guys. So the heel-face dynamic of this rivalry is going to be kind of tricky because you've got The Rock, who's a face, Mick Foley's a heel, Carlito's a face, Kane is a heel, but it's going to work out in the end. It's really, we're just playing it up. I mean, the whole thing with this angle, especially if DX gets involved, is that Rock and Sock are legends, DX is their legends. Kane and Carlito, they're the underdogs. They're the fan favorites because you have these legends, these part-timers coming in. I mean, really, I guess Rock and Sock are more so the part-timers, especially The Rock, who just kind of came in from SmackDown. I mean, he was over there for the majority of the series. He comes in and takes our tag team title and sabotages us in the Rumble match. Cannot forget that. But Kane and Carlito, they are underdogs in this feud, which is why they're the fan favorites. They're the team that you guys want. They're the team that you guys came up with, that you put together. And now they're really being put to the test, as right now The Rock is putting Kane to the test. A massive superplex. Both men down in the center of the ring. Shawn Michaels, all he can do is watch on, for the time being at least. Shawn Michaels wouldn't... Wow, Kane is the first one to his feet. Oh, and look at Kane. Kane is just pummeling The Rock right now. I mean, of course, when it comes to Shawn Michaels, you can never really trust him. I mean, at one point in this series, he was someone you could cheer for, someone you could root for, somebody who played by the rules. But especially now that he's been working more with Triple H, that's less likely. I'd be less likely to trust this guy. As Rock gets thrown into the corner, Kane levels him with a massive clothesline. Now Rock into the other corner. Kane. He's got The Rock up on his shoulders. This is where the raw power of the Big Red Machine comes into play. As The Rock now whipped off the ropes. Kane takes him down with a massive power slam. Kane perhaps looking to make quick work of The Rock here tonight, if such a feat is possible. But The Rock is back. Well, The Rock was back. Didn't really capitalize. Oh, but Kane missed. Kane missed. Oh, but he caught him with that one. He did not miss that one. Right on the money, but now The Rock sweeps out the legs. The Rock refuses to stay down. But the same can be said for Kane as he gets the thumb into the eye. The Rock, right now, he's in a bad way as Kane picks him up, using his strength to slam The Rock into the mat with a sidewalk slam. And now Kane again. Kane has got him, just grabs him by the face and just pummels him with punch after punch. The Rock is in a tough predicament right now as Kane picks him to his feet. And he could be looking for his version of the last ride. As Kane hooks the leg on The Rock. 1, 2. But no! The Rock just able to kick out at the last moment. But Kane staggers him. Oh, no! He went for an uppercut. Kane went for a huge uppercut, but The Rock was able to counter it. And now The Rock trying to rally. The People's Champion, well, I guess you can't really call him that anymore. He's not really the champion of the people. If you want to talk about who the people want to be champion, that would be the Demon's Apple. Well, The Rock was trying to rally, but you can see he's taking too much damage. And Kane got him by the throat. Choke slam all the way to hell. And Kane hooks the leg on The Rock. 1, 2, 3. It's all over, folks. And that is a dominant victory by Kane. Maybe Shawn Michaels being at ringside just got inside The Rock's head a little bit. Just threw him off his game. And that allowed Kane to come in and truly dominate this matchup. I mean, it wasn't even a contest. That last week's match between The Undertaker and Batista was a back and forth war. This match, pure domination on the part of Kane. But with DX, you can never trust him. You never know when DX might stab you in the back. Kane definitely has got to keep a close eye on Shawn Michaels and Triple H. All right, so just like last week, we're gonna do this one at a time, and we got to start with the handicap match. Thank goodness they actually won it. I was a little worried about that. So who's moving on? Is it Edge or Eddie Guerrero? Eddie Guerrero knocks off the Intercontinental Champion Edge. He's moving on to face Triple H. And the winner of that match is going to face the winner of this Rey Mysterio-John Cena matchup. But first, Mick Foley and Umaga defeat Hardcore Holly and Stone Cold Steve Austin in tag team action. We're going to do the main event first. Rob Van Dam defeats Kurt Angle. Okay, so who's going on to the final of the tournament? Is it going to be Rey Mysterio or John Cena? Nope, it's John Cena. We had one upset with Eddie Guerrero. Not going to get the same with Rey Mysterio. It's John Cena who is moving on to that final matchup. Of course, we've got a semi-final match next week between Eddie Guerrero and Triple H. We get plus 10,000 fans again, so the tournament it's working. It's keeping us afloat. Looks like Bobby Lashley and Chavo Guerrero are the new tag team champions, which is interesting. Chavo, I mean, he's already the world champion. Just give him all the titles. I know he's the cruiserweight champion as well. Mick Foley got a new contract. Kane, wait, 4 stars. Wow. Talk about high profile. That was just a singles match. So there we go. This time I remember to check the ratings. See, oh yeah, we had Shawn Michaels in there as well. I forgot about that. So that makes sense. 3.5-star show. That's a fair rating. Last week was kind of generous. And this is only a 3-star show, which I think is, yeah, they don't even have a first match. Come on. You got people just sitting in an empty arena? What are you doing, dude? Is that, you just giving them, you're building in a piss break into the show? You're not supposed to put it in the first match. You're supposed to put it in the middle of the card. But they don't get that. Trish Stratus defeated Jim Neidhart. That's interesting. We got Melina in a triple threat with Benoit and Bret Hart. So Melina is, I mean, she didn't win that one. She was able to defeat Stone Cold at the Royal Rumble, but I guess not so much in that instance. And then, of course, the tag team match. So that's going to knock Hogan off the top of the Power 25. So I'm going to take a look at that. Batista now is #1, and he didn't even compete this week. How about that? Chavo, though, up to #2. Then you got Rock and Sock holding their ground. Undertaker back up to #4, just with 1 win. Then you got DX at 5, John Cena at 6. Guerrero continuing to climb. Still moving up there. Edge continues to fall, though, so he's hit a bit of a rough patch as of late. Mysterio took a hit. I mean, really, Mysterio was on a roll. He was on a roll up to this point, but he just couldn't overcome John Cena. The face that runs the place continues to bury the up-and-comers. As Van Dam moves up, Angle drops down, same with Steve Austin. Demon's Apple, Eminem's back together on there. Cool, cool, cool. So this is what our current title picture's looking like. John Cena's in contention. Guerrero is close. I mean, he's close. He's not quite up there, but I don't know. If he can go through Triple H, then all he's got is John Cena. And then maybe Eddie Guerrero could take on Batista. That'd be an interesting story. The former WWE Tag Team Champions from SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 turn things back around, and down the road they face off for the main event title. That'd be a great story to tell. Yeah, Mysterio really took a hit with that loss. It was basically all his winning streak that got him that high. Same with Edge. Edge had a huge winning streak, brought him all the way up to #1, and now he's fallen back down the list. Kurt Angle almost about to fall out of the top 10. And then this is to be expected. Hardcore Holly fell out for Umaga. So Hardcore Holly's not going to get that title shot he wants. So I guess that's unfortunate for him. And has SmackDown extended Neidhart's contract yet? Yes, they have. Where is he? They gave him 5 weeks. So I don't have to worry about them dropping anybody. So I don't think I have anything to lose by extending Kurt Angle's contract, and the same can be said for Umaga. Might as well keep him. I don't really have any reason to get rid of him. Bigelow's going to drop out, so that'll be fine. Edge, yeah, losing that would be a pretty big problem for someone like him. Van Dam wants a title shot, so hey Edge, you're probably going to get a win, maybe, because you got a lot of guys here who want a title shot. So I'm thinking next episode we're going to have ourselves an Intercontinental Championship match. That's what I'm thinking. You got, I know Holly wants one, but he's going to have to wait. How about Umaga? He wants one as well. So, here's what we can do. Let me make sure it doesn't conflict with any rivalries first, because I did set a couple up. Okay, Kurt Angle, he might not be able to get it. But, I think... Well, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on putting Shawn Michaels in a rivalry with Carlito. We'll do it that way. Ugh. I don't know how I want to do this, because then that leaves Triple H and Mick Foley, who aren't doing anything because they're both heels. But I can't undo that one, because that's really what I'm building to. But I guess that's the only way I really can do it. We'll put Shawn Michaels in there with Carlito. Have that going for 8 weeks, I guess. I don't know. Which is #1 contender? No. Okay. How about Ungrateful Rookie? We'll just do that. Just do that. And I don't think I can pull the trigger on any of these other ones yet. I thought what would be interesting would be to have Edge feud with Triple H up to WrestleMania, considering Triple H was one of the top guys, but he's either going to be in the WWE or the tag title picture, so I don't see that feud happening. John Cena might be an interesting opponent, but of course he could make it into the WWE title match for all I know. So right now we're looking at, well, it is going to be heel, so I don't have to worry about turning anybody for Batista, because it's going to be Triple H, Eddie, or John Cena. So I don't have to worry about that. All that's left at this point then, Umaga's not doing anything. I could put him in I'm going to put him with Rob Van Dam. I thought about doing that a while back. I'm just going to pull the trigger on it. I think that's a rivalry that can work. We'll do GM Kiss Up, sure. And we just kind of have some other people who... There's nothing I can do with them right now. So, what's going to happen? Next week, the Intercontinental title is on the line. Fatal 4-way. Nope. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rob Van Dam, and Umaga all step up to face the Rated R Superstar Edge. His losing streak, it's really coming down on him. Is he going to be able to snap it to retain the Intercontinental title? That's what we're going to find out next episode. And of course, before I forget, there's also going to be that critical matchup between Eddie Guerrero and Triple H. And of course, the winner of that matchup goes on to face John Cena to determine the #1 contender for Batista's WWE Championship. That's going to be huge. So be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of my SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 General Manager mode. I just realized we're in Boston, Massachusetts, so it sucks that that matchup isn't going to happen in Cena's hometown, because that would have been great. No!